This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. Okay. Just want to confirm from Aditya, Vandana, Trilok. Don't start recording just now because I need to have some introduction. Vandana, are you audible?
Yes, sir.
Aditya, Pavan, just need a small confirmation so that I can start session confidently.
Yes, sir, it is audible.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. Last class we discussed about what are the variables and these things. So since there are new members, I would like to discuss even that topic once more. Uh, and I mean, like if you are missing anything or any topic or anything, we'll discuss offline. Okay, and I'll make everyone into a same page. Okay, so now let me share my screen. Everybody able to see my screen?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Okay. Now last time I discussed like what is variable and these things. Okay. Now 1 minute. Now let's discuss about data type. Okay, and also I'll tell you about variables one more time. Okay, before that we'll discuss about data types, and this class will discuss about data types, and I'll record the link, I'll have a recording of the last class, and once the group is created, I'll share you the link. Once go through that, if still you are having doubts, we'll have another class for these variables. Is it clear what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yeah, fine, sir.
So in last class we were discussing about variables. In variables we have three types of variables: instance variable, local variable, and static variable. I also told you like what is instance, what is static, what is data. These all things I have told you. So now what I'm going to tell you, like data types. What are data types in Java? Okay, what are data types? What are data types? Means data type is nothing but which specify different sizes and values. Data types is nothing but, okay, I'll share even these notes. Last time I didn't share. Okay, I'll share this too. Same class, I'll continue this data types. Today date is 12th August. Okay, data types. What are data types in Java? What is the use of data type? Okay, it specifies the different sizes. Data type is used to specify the different sizes and values that can be stored in the variable. Okay, here if I declare int a equal to 10, what is variable over here? Can anybody tell? I have declared a value int a equal to 10. What is a variable here? Everybody has to speak and session has to be interactive. Then only you will understand.
Variable is a container which contains the
Yes,
data.
sir.
Uh, I'm not asking what is the variable in this. I'm not
Yeah,
asking the def. A is a variable.
yes, sir.
Okay,
Is
what is the value of a? What is the value of a here?
10.
10.
10. Okay. Uh, okay. Now, what is this value? What is this 10 called?
Data.
What is this 10 called? Not data. Integer. Means integer. It's a number, right? We can declare that value as means in our mathematic terminology or anything. So we tell it as an integer or a number. Okay. Number can be called as an integer also. Okay. If this is a number, okay, for holding numbers, what data type will be using? Integer. Means that will be represented as int. Everybody clear? So means Now I'll declare another variable or another value. String x equal to Arvind. Okay. For declaring string means what is the value of x here?
Arvind.
X Arvind. Okay. What is it Arvind? Means it's a sequence of characters. Okay. Sequence of a characters means why I said sequence of a character. If I represent a single character, char c equal to some single quotation x. Since it is single, we'll have single quotation only. Okay. So what is the value of c here? What is
X.
the value of c? X. What is x? It's an alphabet, or you can call it as a character. Yes or no? General terminology, we call it as alphabet. Yes or no? So to hold the value of single alphabet, we use data type char. Okay. To hold the value of sequence of characters. Why I said the value sequence of characters means to form any word. What is called means it has to be like some group of characters. Okay. So string Arvind is nothing but a sequence of characters or group of characters. Yes or no? So
Yes,
that
sir.
if sequence of characters that will be represented by a string. Are you clear? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes. Oh,
So now I'll put like I have a value 10.5 or something. How this value is in which data type is used to store this value? I have given y. Now I am putting double y equal to 10.5. Means how it is stored. Means how this pointer how it is stored. In which it is stored. I mean what is the data type used to store this value? Double. Yes or no? Please talk. Double is used to store the value y. Means here from these all examples, data type means I can form a definition. What definition you can form? Data types. Data types are used to store different sizes and values in which that can be stored in the variable. Different, not difference. Means it is used to store data type different values, different variables, character, integer, string, double, float. Means I gave a some examples. So these are nothing but int, char, float, string. These are all nothing but a data type. Means which is used to store the handle the variables. Everybody clear?
yes, sir. Fine.
Confirmation. Okay, so I'm saying data types are used to store the different sizes and values which are used to store in a means which are used to store in a variables. Okay, so these are the some of the example of a data types. So in data types are divided into two types. Data types, data types are divided into two types. What are they? One, primitive data type. Two, non-primitive data type. Okay, primitive data type. What are the primitive data type? Primitive data types are nothing but int, char, float, boolean, and boolean, short, and double. These are primitive data types. So in interview question, they'll ask like what are primitive data type? They'll ask first what is data type. In a simple, it's not like reading format or anything. It's not a definition for type of thing. You have to say, you have to think like int, char, string means these are all data types. These data types are used to hold the variables. Because of this data type, we means if it is a int data type, we think it is a number. If it is a character data type, we think it is a character. If it is a string data type, we will think it is a sequence of characters. Means which is used to hold different sizes and values. Okay, and it is stored in a variable. And it is stored in a variable. Okay, clear? And that can be stored in the variable. Clear? Everybody clear? What is a data type? And what are the different types of data type? Primitive data type, non-primitive data type. What is primitive data type? Int, char, float, boolean, short, and double. Everybody clear? And what are non-primitive data types? What are non-primitive data types? Non-primitive data types include classes, interfaces, and arrays are non-primitive data types. Clear? If anybody asks you what are non-primitive data types, you have to tell classes, interfaces, and arrays. Clear? And what is the default value of integer? Okay, I'll tell you what, like instead of telling definition, I'll tell you what is the default data type, what is the default size, then I'll explain it. Everybody clear till here? Shavani?
Eh, Yes, sir. Yes, it is clear.
Who else next? Aditya, are you clear? Sharath, are you clear?
Yes, sir, clear, clear.
Tagore?
Yes, sir, clear. Everything is clear.
Aman? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now,
Clear.
what I'm saying like there are different types of what there are different default. I'll say like the default value of int is 0. I have value a equal to 10 here. I'm telling you like default value of int is 0. I'm telling you how I can say what is the default value means when you don't assign any value to variable a, then if you are going to trying to print the value of a, then it will take the value as 0. Are you clear? I'll say one more time. I'll explain you. See here, I'm giving you some values. Okay, what int a equal to 10. Okay, what is this variable called? What is this variable called? What type of variable? I told you like there are three types of variables: fixed variable, static variable, and local variable. What is this? What is the type? What is this variable? What type of variable it is?
Instance variable.
Okay, why it is called as instance variable? Because it is declared between the main class and main method. That type of variable is called as instance variable. This is the last class session. Once again I'm repeating, if the variable is declared in between the class and main method, this type of variable is called instance variable. How do you call instance variables? Whenever I say an instance, then you have to create an object. Okay, you have to create an object. How do you create an object? Class name. How do you create an object? Class name, object name equal to new class name. 1 minute, I'll show you. See, Class name, object name equal to new class name. I'll send you the recording of the last class. There you will have this. I mean, this is that was very important class. So I'll send you the recording. Please go through it. So I can ask question to everyone. How do you create an object? Class name, object name equal to new class name. Okay. So to call, whenever I use the word instance, you have to create an object. So tell me, how do you
Hello.
create an object, Sharath?
Sir,
Class
sorry to
name,
interrupt.
type.
Yeah, tell me.
Your voice is little low, sir. It is not clear.
Is it for everyone?
No, sir, it is good for me.
Shawni, can you use, if you are not using headphones, can try to use the headphones something and let me know.
Yeah, sure, sir. Thank you. Sorry.
Because if it is for everyone, then uh, I think it's an issue from my end, because you are only facing that issue, no? Once try with headset or anything. Okay, 1 minute.
Yeah, sure, sir. Thank you.
Are you able to hear now, Shawni? Okay, let's not disturb the class. Okay, now int a equal to 10. So this variable, it's a instance variable, I told. Now how do you, Sharath, how do you call an,
Class name, like first program.
how do you call an instance variable? Sharath,
Sir,
again
class
in last one.
name, yes, yes.
Ah,
You
class name.
just now only you told right. Class name,
Ah,
object name,
ah, equal to new class name. So
equal to new
what is
class
class
name.
name here?
First program.
Object name.
Object name, anything we can.
Okay, anything. I'll put object one equal to new class name. What is another class name?
First
What
program.
is class name? First program.
Mm.
Okay, how do you call it? Object one dot name.
Dot. Yeah.
How do you call it? Object name dot variable name. So
Variable name.
if I print it,
Then will
10
come.
is printed. Clear?
Mm.
10 is
Yes.
printed. So same way, since I gave the variable value as 10, it is getting printed. Now
Mm.
I will not give any value. I declare just A. Now what is the output?
0.
0. 0 is the output. Means it is printing the default value. If I don't assign any value to a variable, it will print the default value. So in interview, they will ask you what is the default value of integer. You have to say then it's a 0. Everybody clear? Did you
Yes, sir.
understand the concept of default value? I need response.
Yes, sir, I'm clear.
Okay.
But it is only for
Next,
integer.
it is only for integer. Suppose
Oh,
if I give string x equal to Shanta, then if I see, this is also instance variable because I'm giving in between class name and main
class
method.
method.
So now if I try to print system.out.println object one dot x,
X.
then it will be like Shanta. Okay, now if I don't use any value x, just I have declared it, I didn't assign any value, I have defined, I did not define it, so it will be like null.
Null value.
Okay, then they'll ask
Okay.
what is the default value of string.
Null.
Null is the default
Hmm.
value. Clear?
Clear.
Shanta, are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Vandana? Now
Yeah, clear,
I'll
sir.
give float y equal to some 10.5. Okay. Sorry.
Load spilling.
Yeah. Float y equal to some 10.5 I'm giving. Okay. Then if I try to print the float value 10.5. If I don't print, if I don't define the value and I'm trying to access the y value, then what will be printed? 0.0.
0.0.
So if anybody asks you what is the default value of float, what you will say?
0.0.
0.0. And if I same way, y I'll using double z. Okay, double z. Same. This one also like float only. It will also print the decimal values. But 0.0. Clear?
Mm. Mm.
Yes, sir.
So this is how the concept is. Means you have to learn this. If anybody asks you in interview like what is the default value of integer, you have to say it as 0. What is the default value of string? Null. Okay, what is the default value of y? Float, it you have to say 0.0. Double also same. Okay. Same way, I am saying character. Char equal to some single quotation x. Okay. Now if I use the character default value object one dot x, sorry x c,
C.
now this will be printed x. But if I don't give any value for the character, let's see what is the default value. Can you see? Nothing will be printed. Means there is nothing default value like that. Okay. Same way boolean. Boolean some b. Boolean b. So same way if I any system dot out dot println object one dot b, if I use, what does it print? False. False will be the means the default value of boolean is false. Suppose if I give value true here and if I try to print b, it
True.
will print because I have given value true. But when you don't give any value like for b, it will print like,
False.
did you understand what is that?
Yes. Yes.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Hope everybody understood the concept of default value. Okay. Now and also data types. Okay. Now default size. So for default size there is no nothing program like this, but you have to remember this. Okay. Suppose let's talk about boolean. First let's talk about boolean data type. So boolean is a data type. This is also one of the data type which is used to store only two possible values. Here boolean like integer we can say store numbers, any numbers we can store. Okay. Float and double we can store decimal values. Okay. Same way like here, boolean, there are only two possible things. We can store only two possible values. That is true or false. Boolean is stored only two positive ones. Or there to deal with two of those conditions. Okay, size of the boolean cannot be defined precisely. Means uh, it is like size you can say as one bit, not even byte, one bit. Okay, size of the boolean is one bit, or this can be say stored. Size cannot means one bit means very small. You can say size cannot be defined. One bit means very small. That's why I'm saying it cannot be defined precisely. Or you can say one bit. Nobody will ask you this question, the size of the boolean, but I'm saying you, since I'm covering the concept of boolean, I'm saying you the size of, if you talk about the size of the boolean, it's only one bit. Okay, remember this, one bit. Clear? Any
Size
doubts about
cannot be,
boolean?
sir. Size can be.
It's max, it can be one bit, but it cannot be, sorry, cannot be. Okay, one bit means very small. Okay, now I'm talking about what data types I'm talking about. There is another data type I didn't tell you, like byte. Okay, byte means why I am not, I didn't cover, tell this explicitly means, so generally in practical, whenever you are defining numbers, we declare the value of int only for our comfort or easiness we declare, but for you can use like byte also. Okay, byte is an example of primitive data type, means it values ranges from, means it value ranges from byte data type value ranges from minus 128 to plus 127. Here its minimum value is minus 128 and max value is plus 127. Clear?
Clear.
Okay. Byte data type ranges from minus 128 to plus 127. Minimum value of byte is minus 128. Max value of byte is plus 127. Are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So why I am saying this is, I'll say you. Suppose uh, I'll remove all these things. I'll say byte x equal to some 2 I am defining. Okay. Now what I'll do, system dot out dot println object one dot x I am defining. So if I define this, what should be the output? 2. Where I'm able to print it. Okay. Since I'm telling you its range is from minus 28 to plus 127, I'm giving the value of 128, means which is more than 127. Okay, then what happens? Cannot convert from int to byte. Means if you are getting a compile time error, means this is called as, means if you get any error like this, the errors which will not be able to execute your program, those type of errors are called compile time errors. This is a compile time errors, means it is not able to execute. So in system, suppose if you are getting the error, general, if you are saying like if you are a program, if you are a programmer, if you want to convey someone that there is an error, you'll say instead of saying error, you have to say like we are having some compile time errors. Means we have some one compile time error. Understood? What is compile time error? Okay, I'll tell you what is compile time error. Can anybody say? Can anybody say from the explanation? Okay.
Program not executed. Like
Compile time errors occurs when there are syntax errors, syntax issue, and like missing semicolon, parentheses, misspelled words, or if you are not, or if you don't use the correct size, or you are using more size or anything. So those type of error is called compile time error. Means it fails to compile, means compilation means it fails to compile, means a program will not be compiled, means it cannot be converted from dot java file to dot class file. Those errors are called compile time errors. So you call these errors which will, so simple example I am telling you, compile time errors are errors which will not allow us to execute the program. Compile time error. Compile time error is the error which will not allow us to execute the program. Those type of error is called as compile time error. Compile time error is the error which will not allow us to execute the program. So, our if I try to execute this, see again I'll get syntax error. Same error I'll get that. Errors exist in the required procedure. Still you want to proceed? Yes, proceed. See, I'm getting unresolved compilation. Exception in thread may Java lang error. Means I'm getting some compile time error, which is not allowing me to execute this. Understood?
yes, sir.
These are called as you'll, I mean, if you get a compile time error, it will show with this red mark side, and here also it
Okay.
will show with red mark. So you have to resolve this. Means how to resolve, because this is not a range, either you have to convert this into 127.
Um,
Means its range is from minus 128 to plus 127 only. So if I use plus 127 here, I'm not getting this error. Can you see?
yes,
127 is
Yes.
printed, but if I use above 127, you'll get this compile time error. Same way, if I use minus 127, that will accept. Means if I use minus 129, it will not accept because its range is from minus 128 to plus 127. Clear?
yes, sir.
So this is a compile time error. See, same unresolved compilation problem. So here we are getting type mismatch. Cannot convert means it is saying it is an integer value. Suppose if either I have to change the data type int, or I have to use it a different data type. Means that's why these values can be changed anytime. That's why people prefer to use integer data type, because it has a wide range, not like byte or anything. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So we were talking about byte. So when you hear a word byte data type, you have to immediately remember its range is very small, that is minus 128 to plus 127, and its minimum, value is minus 128, max value is
One.
Plus one
Plus
to
120.
clear.
Yes, sir.
clear.
Okay, any doubts till here? Okay. Next is we are having like byte. When we talk about byte, we have to think like byte data type, byte data type. It's like we have to majorly talk about this range minus 128 to plus 120, 127 means here actually it's a 8 byte signed two's complement integer means if you talk about the size. So if you here whenever I talk about data types, I talk about two things: the default value I'll talk, and its value, and default value and its size. Okay, so default value and its size if I talk, the byte data type has only one byte. Default size is one byte. Okay, default size, default size of byte is, default size is different, default byte value is different again. Default size of byte is one byte, whereas when I talk about boolean I told one bit, but when I talk about byte it is one byte. And uh, it is like byte I am telling, no. And default size is same like integer. Default size of byte is 0. Default value, sorry, default value of byte is 0. Are you clear now? Tony, are you
Yeah.
clear?
Yeah, yes, sir, it is clear. Got it.
Santa?
Yes, sir, it's clear.
Okay. Who else? Like Vandana.
Yeah, clear, sir.
Now we are talking about byte. Next is same way we are talking about short data type. Short. What is short data type? Okay, let's talk about range. Whenever we are talking about data type, this int, byte, short all comes under one category. Okay, this short data type is like its range we'll talk. Its value is from minus 32,768 to plus 32,767. Are you clear? So its range is from minus 32,768 to plus 30. It is also similar to byte and integer. It only the difference between byte, short, and what else, like byte, short, and integer is the range. Okay, so this is like important, like when you will use byte and when you will use integer means always we'll use integer, but you have to know the difference. So when you are going to use the byte, because it is in between 32,068 to plus 32,767, then we go for byte. But generally, speaking programmatical purpose, we'll use integer only, because who knows, tomorrow, today my value is 32,000. Tomorrow it might be 40,000. So it crosses the range, again you'll get a compile time error. That's why we always prefer. Okay. And default value of short is 0, as it is same like byte. I think I no need to show it programmatically by defining, because we have talked about byte and we have talked about integer. So you can say the default value directly short is 0. Okay. And its range of short is 2 byte. Okay, range is because when value increases, here the value is minus 127 to plus 127. So size also, the value also default value of short is 0, and it is 2 byte. Default value of byte
Default
is
size
1
is
byte. Sorry, byte is 1 byte, 1 byte. Whereas default value of short is 2 byte. Short. Sorry, default size. This is default. Short is 2 byte. Okay.
Default value of integer is default size.
Default size of integer. We'll talk next coming video. Since it is
Okay.
maximum range, right? Talk about the range of integer means it is in, I don't know crores or anything more than that. Two 2 lakh, 2 crore 147 lakh, like that. So it's like you no need to remember the range also, but it's a big range. So if I tell you about the number, default range of it will be like -214. You don't need to remember. Don't worry. Don't think that you should remember. Two, wait, two, 2 1 4 7 4 8 3 6 4 7 means it's a big range. Or no? So it is into data type value is like its range is int is the range of int is like I mean like it's a big range, so any value you can give. So since it is a big range, the default size also will be big, 4. It is a 4 byte. Size is of
Sir,
int
there is
is
some disturbance coming from your side, I think.
not my side. Somebody has unmuted, so it's from their end. I don't know who is that.
Okay.
Shanta, can you please mute yourself? Yeah, I think there is no disturbance now.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, default size of int is 4 byte. Okay,
Okay.
everybody clear?
So this
Yes, sir.
default size is only for byte and short and int. So what about
For
like
everything it will have range. So long
uh,
also same. Long is also like integer only. It has more range value. Uh, means generally we'll go with internally because this is the it is also good. Means byte means like how you have for 214 like that. Long range is like it is a 64 bit, and it is like it is having like 92223 like some 2 to the power of 63. That many values it has. I don't know how to pronounce it also. The range of long is -923 like phone number something. So no need to remember.
long is one type of data type.
Long is what type of data type is it's also primitive data type. So
Okay.
all data types come under primitive only. Only string classes, arrays, and what else? Why do interface? These also comes under non-primitive data type. Means the
So,
range is much bigger compared to other data types. So you can say
so
long. Yeah, go ahead.
so default size you told like only for byte and short and int. So there is no default size for like remaining like boolean float
No, I didn't say
those
like
data
that.
types.
These are one category I told. These are all comes under one category. Byte, int, long, short. These all comes under one category. Means you can declare the values that say default value will be 0 for them. Size will be varying. Only the size will be varying.
So default size is for those remaining also like for float, boolean.
See, default value is different and size is different. Default value for all of them is 0. Okay, when you don't assign any value and if you try to access them, the value will be like 0 only. But if you define the range, only the range matters to these all things. So, okay, coming to byte data type, its range is from -128 to +127. Coming to short, it is like a minus 32,768 to plus 32,767 something. And coming to int range, it is like minus 214 some. It's a big range to plus 214 something. Coming to range long, it's like minus 9223. That's 2 plus 923 something. It's like a big phone number. Okay.
Okay.
So since if you are using the range more than the integer, then only you have to go for long. Otherwise, int would be sufficient.
Okay.
Any doubt now you can ask.
No, my doubt is that you told like default value for every integer, like every data type. So there is also default size for every data type, or only for these only?
No, default size is for every data type. You have a default size.
Okay.
Okay, it's
But
only like
uh,
bytes actually. Suppose integer 4 byte. Okay, short 2 byte. Byte is 1 byte. Character boolean is 1 byte. Okay, long is 8 bytes. Short is 4 bytes. Double is 8 bytes. Largest is double. Double is 8 byte. The number of value
okay.
range is okay. Long and double will be more. 8 bytes. Means for float and double, how do you refer means number of decimals. Suppose for float, I'll declare 5 point. Float is suffered. It can be accepted float and accept double action. For double can accept even like any number of decimals, 5 point, or like numbers. This range talks about this range. Double. So don't need to worry much about the size. Worry about only the default values.
Sir, your
Okay.
voice is completely breaking.
Is it for everyone?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Is it okay now?
Now it is okay.
Yeah.
Okay. With some temporary glitch. Okay. So default values always you should only worry about the default values. I mean, like default sizes will not matter much, but if you are preparing, means you need to know the range, like short, int. Range is nothing but size. Means what is the lowest you can give, what is the highest you can give. Okay, if you know that range, it's fine. Everybody clear about this concept? Means
Okay.
it's I mean this is enough to discuss. More than this, it is not worth. Shall we go to next concept?
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next is operators in Java. Okay, I don't want to go fast. For first 3 or 4 clauses, I want to go very slowly. I wanted to make sure everybody is understanding. So let's end this class and just see these ones. Today I'll send you the recordings of both the classes, or at least first class I'll be sending the recording. Okay, and we'll form a WhatsApp group and as the days pass on, we'll have a 5 day classes per week, but it's not like weekend we'll have all day. It's not like that. It's depending upon the majority who are available and who are not available, and weekly 5 classes will be guarantee for you. So the total course will be around like 45 to 50 days, 45 to 50 days, or it might go to even sometimes 55 classes. Okay, let's, if you are focused and everybody is focused and everybody is learning fastly, then we can have a number of classes more.
So
Okay,
these
let's take
45, these, so these classes including like with Java plus Selenium also.
yes, Java plus Selenium. And Java classes will be like 20 classes, 20 to 25 classes. And remaining 20 classes will be like Selenium, XPaths, and locators, and even this page object model and TestNG framework. This all will be covered.
Like with the examples of our real-time projects, those are
Real time
also
examples also. framework also I'm telling you, real time also.
Okay.
Okay, initially we'll go slowly. As days moves, as we progress for the class, I'll increase the pace. Okay, I mean based upon the availability, we'll have class tomorrow also.